Hey guys, Keenan with Threefold here, and we have an exciting one for you today. Some new gear and a special guest joining us. Let's get into it. Rick joining us. I'll let you talk a little bit about your experience.
Well, thank you, Keenan. Yeah, I started working in video production right in high school, and I actually was Threefold's first intern about over a decade ago.
It's true. Hard to believe it's been that long.
Time flies. After college, I moved to the West Coast. I lived in Portland, Oregon, and I got a job at a grip electric house. So I learned most of my experience with gear and on set in Portland, Oregon. Shout out Gearhead. I recently just moved to Brooklyn, New York this year, and I'm working there as a gaffer lighting technician. Most of my work includes commercial, narrative, and advertisement.
Yeah, so he brings a lot of awesome rental house experience, which gets you very familiar with gear. He's gonna walk me through how he's seen this equipment used on big sets, some of the big productions that he's been on, and kind of show me the ropes on how to use some of this. Gonna tap into all the experience that he has. Up first, we have these big stands. These are big crank stands from Avenger, and we'll pull it out to let you have a better idea. I reached out to Avenger and said, hey, we're looking at getting some of these bigger crank stands. We want a few for our studio, and worked out a deal with them, and we want to show these off and how people can use them, because once you start having big fixtures and big lights, stuff gets heavy fast, and you do want to be safe on set. This is an 8x8 softbox, hunting crate softbox. It is amazing. We built it and we almost never take it down. And it's heavy, it's really stinking heavy. Now, one person can crank this thing up with 12.5 feet of raise.
With the bigger stands, it means you can use bigger lights, bigger equipment without necessarily breaking your back. Big soft boxes, heavier lights, and it's simple. Like, you just crank it, and then your other person would be on the other side cranking it with you, keeping it level, keeping it safe. And you always want to be safe on set. The wheels are so great. They're easy to maneuver around, lightweight, aluminum base. I like to use these on set for booms, overheads, heavier goalposts. It all depends on the fixture that you're wanting to put up.
What's the number one, or kind of one of the most used applications for these big crank stands?
The way that I see this used on set, and the way that I like to use it, is for a boom. And I can show you how we can set that up.
All right, let's do it. Let's get this hunting crates off here and get a boom set up. We bring the boom!
Yeah, there it is.
All right, so one of the pieces of gear that Avenger Manfrotto sent us was the Manfrotto Megaboom. Rick walked in to the studio and saw it and goes, I use this thing on set all the time, which was amazing because we haven't yet. It's brand new, and he has a ton of experience. And so while we were excited about it, we were walking in a little green. Let's get it set up and chat while we set it up.
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you love about this thing?
Well, I love that, one, it's not that heavy. You know, I just did that by myself, no problem. Two, all the adjustability is within these gears. Oh, yeah. So I don't need a ladder. In theory, I don't need a ladder. I can boom out, I can tilt, I can pan, all from just right in this zone. Obviously, this will boom out. And then number three is it's just a really well-built tool, and you can adjust it on the fly. DPs like that, you know, it's safe, you can be fast with it, and it holds a good amount of weight. You know, I wouldn't be putting M90s on this thing or anything like that, but in this day and age in the LED world, this is a perfect tool to use on set.
Making fine-tune adjustments is incredible, right? Like just being able to make a tiny tilt, not having to get a ladder out or, you know, bring this down, and making those adjustments is huge. Why don't we throw a light on and extend it all the way out and see what it looks like? Aperture 600C Pro Mark II, and we're gonna get that set up on here and show you how you can fine tune and make little adjustments with that great light. You have any recent projects that you've used the Megaboom on, or any notable projects that stand out?
Yeah, we recently used this for an athletic brand.
Oh, here, you know what? Let me tilt this for you, so it's
thank
even
you.
easier for you to
make it a little easier for
put
me.
it on.
Thank you. And we used this as a key light, and it was super nice because we were able to boom it nice out of the way for the DP to roam around. simple setup, and everyone was super happy and it worked great. I've seen this used as top downs, like a direct overhead source, you know, kind of like far side keys. I recently used this too, like putting a light mat and going as a back edge for talent, and it's super nice because you can just boom it up and out of the way. Like I mentioned before, gives the DP just free range, it's out of the shot.
So what was your first experience with this? Was it in Portland at the rental house, or was it?
No, actually, my first experience with this was on a photo shoot.
Okay.
The photographer asked me to grab this tool, and I personally wasn't familiar with it yet. Even the grip house that I worked at, like, we didn't necessarily have these. I do feel like this is more popular in the photo world, but this I feel like will be more popular in film sets once it starts like getting out in the world a little bit more. I won't put words in the DP's mouth, but if they ask for like a boom, like I would recommend this to use, because like with your traditional speed rail boom, it is really hard to adjust. Once it's built, it's kind of gonna stay like that. It requires switching out the size of the rail. Some of those traditional hardware pieces, you will have a point going up, so that also limits your height and your adjustability. I just feel like a lot of DPs don't necessarily know about this tool yet.
When having all that fine-tuned adjustability, especially if you have a small crew, is a huge deal.
We can level this out and we'll put some weight on the back just so it's stable. So let's level this out real quick.
All right.
Good old sandbag right on the back.
Now we can extend, right?
We can extend.
I've been waiting for this all day.
Look at this thing.
Run us through the settings, the cranks, what they all mean and what they're all for.
This one's obvious. This is your boom, your extension. We move back here. This is our jib, and easy for me to adjust up and down. No problems there at all.
And also a feature not even available on a traditional speed rail boom.
You would be cranking this thing back with a ratchet strap or, you know, something in that world. This is one of my favorites. You get to roll the fixture very simply. Super easy. And these gears work, they're like flawless. They're just no problems there.
Yep.
And then we go to the back, and this is our tilt.
There's our tilt.
Super simple, working flawless. I love this too. Easy for top downs, easy for overheads. Like, you just really need to go 90 with it.
Yep.
It's like boom.
And with that extra jib, you're able to get a lot of height out of this, you know, as compared to a regular, just straight out regular boom arm. This you can crank up 12.5 feet, plus you have the vertical height. I don't know the math on that, but it's more.
It's more, yeah. And also kind of the icing on the cake is like, once this is all set, I can hop up here, start loosening my knuckles, and now I have free range to go up.
Yes.
And I'm doing this by myself, not much resistance at all. When fixtures go over talent, like, it becomes a huge safety thing. You always want to be safe. You never want anything to fall on talent or any crew member, doesn't matter. Like, that's the first thing you should be thinking about, is how safe this will be.
Yep. All right, well, we got this Megaboom set up with the crankstand. What's a good application for two of them?
Something pretty popular that I see with two crankstands is a traditional goalpost.
Let's build ourselves a goalpost.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we got a 12-foot. A lot of times we're using 20 feet. Thought we'd do something a little smaller so you can see us both in the frame. Now, talk me through benefits of a goalpost. Why, what are we using goalposts for?
Well, goalposts are great for overheads. You can set up a nice edge light over talent. You and I can easily move this back and forth, easy adjustable, and it keeps stands out of the frame. That's what I've noticed the most, is like any time that you can give the DP the most free range makes them happy. Man,
sometimes you need that camera right where that stand is, and this eliminates that. We're kind of just doing a quick setup now, so this is lighter than we typically have. When you're doing a heavy setup with combo stands, it's two people per side. So you either have 4 people total, or 2 people lift this side up a couple inches, that side up a couple inches, and you just keep zigzagging back and forth. This way, me and you can lift this up very easily without throwing my back out, without a lot of people.
It is very ideal, especially when you do have to adjust this quickly. Like, breaking a knuckle and then raising the stem down if there's a heavy fixture on it, it is not the funnest task to do in my experience. Let's crank it up.
Let's crank this bad boy up. Just like that, both of us are lifting this at the same time. Again, this is a little lighter setup than we would typically do, but it's what we're doing right now. Hoisting the mainsail at the same time.
And it's flawless. Let's
take her down.
Let's take her down. I will say that's the one thing I don't love about this stand. Is holding both these buttons. Sorry. I mean, I love it.
It's incredible. I am really excited to have these in our arsenal, along with the Manfrotto Megaboom. It will save us a ton of time and painful lifting. Give it up for Rick for showing up for a video and making an appearance. For me, this is a 5 out of 5 booms for the stands and the Megaboom.
Yes, and I would also say it's 5 out of 5 booms for me as well. And thank you, Keenan, for having me.
Yeah, see you in the next one.
Do you have a safety cable?
Oh, there it is.
I gotta do it first.
Ah.
Dang it.